Hi, gorgeous being. I hope you are wonderful. I know that you are. You are wonderful. Certain things may not be working out, but you know in your true alignment, your soul is at ease. You can always return to that space and find peace and love and lightness. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming to this video. And I want to apologize for my last upload. I ended up taking it down because the volume decided to cut out. I really don't know what happened there. I think it was my microphones. I don't know. But thank you all for pointing that out to me. I so appreciate this family. Thank you guys. As you know, here we flow. And every day it's a different go. This flow is centered around this truth that will change your life. You only fail when you give up. You only fail when you give up. There's certain moments where we feel like a failure because something didn't go our way, or, it didn't come out to the way our imagination pictured it to. But the truth of that matter is that's not a failure. I don't know what that is. My video, for example, like this morning, I felt like a failure because I'm trying to, do this 30-day challenge where I hold myself accountable and create and upload and become present in the YouTube space, which I love so much. And yet, when the video didn't have audio yesterday, I felt like I failed. I didn't. I still uploaded that day. I made the video, but it just didn't go as planned. And I even thought today, well, what's the point, And I think that that's a common thread that many of us experience in our lives, is that when one thing doesn't work out or, align the way that we imagined it to, we want to throw in the towel. And that's when we fail, not when the thing doesn't align. When we throw in the towel, that's when we fail. This brings up the truth of understanding deeper alignment. In our imaginations, it's really easy to create a roadmap of the way that things are supposed to go and how life is supposed to play out for us. Yet when it starts happening and things actually start shifting, we don't always fall into those paths that we've paved in our imagination. And that can become really discouraging. Yet that's the last thing we need to be doing, is becoming discouraged. We have to shift that feeling of success from our mental to our psyche to our soul, and feel when we're truly moving in the right direction. The surface is shallow. The way that things look is never telling of the way that things actually are. It always requires us to go deeper. And what takes us deeper is not our mind, not our bodies. It's something beyond this physical realm. And so when we can align these two parts, these two aspects of life, we can really make the magic happen. I want to play with this idea a little bit more because it's crazy, right? So many successful people, or, people that inspire us, it's always that you can't give up, don't give up. And that never really stuck. I get it, but obviously, that's how I would respond to it. And the more that I started actually taking action in my own life, that's when it started making sense. These phrases, these groups of words, this advice, if we only look at it on a surface level, that's the only place it's ever going to exist. if we start embodying those words and moving with them, that's when they start actually taking meaning and they start picking up traction in our lives. Just like the subconscious, when we allow things to imprint in our subconscious, over time they start becoming part of our lives, becoming part of who we are. And to have that level of awareness is mind blowing. It really is. It embodies a lot of patience. That's what I've learned. It requires us to not be in as much control. A topic I flowed with is we try too hard to change our lives, to control our lives, and we need to do more changing in our lives. When we try to control our lives, we try to nitpick and make things exactly as we believe they need to be. Yet when we change our lives, we allow small shifts to have powerful outcomes. We trust in the little things that we do, and we allow what's meant to happen to happen. So this saying, you only fail if you give up. What does that mean to you? How is that resonating right now? That's exciting. I can do that. I cannot give up. You can do that. You cannot give up. What is this unlocking for you right now? And the more that you revisit this topic, when you're in those times of hardship or that feeling of failure, let this wisdom come to you and let it become part of who you are. Let it become part of the way that you move through life. And what we notice when we start engaging with these new forms of wisdom and inspiration, we notice that it starts undoing a lot of old phrases that lived on within us. Again, with success too, success isn't always about the money and the fame and all that kind of stuff. Success is something that starts internally, and that's what nobody wants to talk about. These people knew they were successful before they were where they are now. Just like you can be. Just like I will be. Just like you will be. And the more that we can empower each other in those truths, the more that we share that wisdom and knowledge, the more that we can join together in this beautiful journey of life, because we all have our own paths. We all have our own goals and manifestations and perspectives. And it's so beautiful that we can hold that space for each other and really give each other the tools and the grace to keep going and keep creating and to do it authentically. Like, for example, with these videos, I love honesty. I love hearing what you feel about these creations. It doesn't mean I'm going to change something, but it may open my mind to a new perspective or a new approach. And this world of creativity is endless. It's truly endless. And it's so interesting because, at least in my life, I feel like I grew up with such a limited spectrum of creative works. You can't deny the classics, but there's so much music out there. There's so many artists out there. There's so many writers and stories and so many beautiful, different, unique works of art. And having that knowing really opens up so much potential within me and so much strength, because I realize I don't have to fit into the mainstream genres. I don't have to make sense to everybody. I don't have to be played on, the mainstream radio or whatever. Our soul needs that validation and it needs that space. It needs to know that it's okay to show up exactly as you are. Come as you are, yet come as you may be. Because when you show up as you are, you're inevitably opening up to what it is that you're meant to become. And when we hold ourselves tight and limited within this range of identity, we cut off the nerves and the circulation of more growth because we want to be seen, we want to be safe, we want to be accepted. Yet when we perfectly align that self-assurance with the truth of the mystery, ooh, yummy. We get to see who it is we're becoming. We get to see our potential in 3D. We get to see ourselves step into that new version of self. We get to see ourselves grow in confidence and love ourselves more. Come as you are and come as you may be. You only fail once you give up. It doesn't mean we can't take those moments of pause and reflection, yet we know when we're giving up. You know, when those wheels start turning on the give up bus, all we have to do is pull the emergency brake. And I think we can all do that. That's the key. And that's the key to be able to remind ourselves that in times of hardship and hurt and little to no direction or understanding, yet we stay committed. We keep writing, we keep creating, we keep going, we keep talking, we keep holding space. We keep doing that thing that makes us feel alive, that allows us to really engage in the mystery of life. We all have the power to create a world of our own. We're all experiencing a world of our own. Yet we have this shared space where we can marinate and exchange that energy. The more we start rewiring ourselves, the more that our destiny falls into our hands. Of course, we are part of a divine plan and divine order, yet we never know what potential we're going to reach in our human lifetime. The more that we recognize that we're the ones shooting ourselves in the foot, we are the one that is holding ourselves back, the more that we can empower true, authentic change and start one step at a time, one thought process at a time, one shortcoming at a time. Honestly, that little snippet of advice is really what got me creating today, and to realize that I'm not failing. I only fail when I give up, when I stop doing what I love, when I stop doing what brings me to life. And I wish that for everyone. I want everyone to know that you only fail when you give up. I promise. When you keep going, think about everybody that said that. You just have to keep going. You have to, don't give up. Don't give up. That's the truth. And how do you not give up? You recognize giving up only happens when you make that decision, when you choose that to be the case. You're not failing. You're not failing. As we wrap this up today, recognize that your soul is making way. Your dreams are coming true, and all they need is the space from you. The more that you change, you grow and shift, the more you understand it's a lesson, not a rift. Thank you so much for tuning in today, my loves. I wish you glory and joy in this present moment. And just know I'm validating your dreams for you. And I know you are magnetizing in what it is that's meant to be with you now. And if it doesn't feel resonant, you have the power to change that. You're only failing when you give up. And thanks again to my loves that noticed the audio on the last video. I appreciate you so much. And I look forward to talking to you guys next time and seeing your comments and remembering this juicy lesson.